What is normal? Growing up, I hardly ever thought more than 4 years into the future. My life was just an open expanse in front of me with the freedom, the options to be whatever it wanted. And I saw no reason for it to be anything but. There were no limitations. I was a happy, healthy girl with a family that loved me, and I wasn't going to let anybody tell me what to do. Health. Something that I took for granted. Health. Something that made me feel invincible to the world. Everything was just a challenge for me, a chance for me to prove that I was fearless. Yeah, I'll ride handlebars on a bike down a steep hill. And even when we crashed, I didn't cry because I was invincible. My parents asked me to be more careful. All I had to say was, "You worry too much." Nothing was ever as serious as I imagined, or so I had thought in the past. Sports injuries always turned out to be minor, even in the face of great pain. Colds, nothing more. So when I had a pain in my chest that would not go away, I brushed it off. To my roommate, "I bet it's nothing more than heartburn." I thought, like all things, this will pass. But it never passed, and I found myself in the emergency room. Even the doctors. I'm sure nothing is all that serious, but we just have to make sure. Hours passed with no certainty. There I sat, waiting for my life to change, hanging in the balance between the past and the future, anticipating a turning point. And then they found it. A clump of cells trapped in my lung. Funny, isn't it, how something so simple and small can be so significant? The doctors met me with a barrage of no's. I felt like a little girl sitting at a table, watching her favorite toys be moved farther and farther out of reach. Eventually answers came. Factor V Leiden, a blood clotting disorder, the more recently discovered cousin of hemophilia. What are the chances, everyone thought, that two parents, one Asian and one white, would each pass a genetic mutation onto me? All I could think is, what is normal? I wanted to be everything I was before I became aware of my condition, and on a day-to-day basis, nothing had really changed. My only reminder was a pill at 5:30 that made me bleed and bruise and kept me from playing the sports that I loved and eating vegetables that I wasn't crazy about in the first place. In April, I thought it was all going to be over, that life would return to normal. But my doctor had a different idea. Lifetime anticoagulation, she said. All I could think was, forever is an awfully long time. And there I found myself facing reality once again, thinking about the future. And I was scared. Here I was, a girl who had had the privilege of ignoring the consequences of her actions for most of her life, now face to face with her mortality. Just a week ago, the mention of a pre-existing health condition by my dad was enough to reduce me to tears. But this was my life, and underneath all the limitations and challenges, I was becoming more whole, more aware of my being, and better suited to face the future. This was my new normal.